Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the newest launch from Sigma Beauty. These are their color correcting duos as well as their illuminating powder, which look like this. As you can see, we have 3 different shades to choose from when it comes to the color correctors, and we only have the one universal tone when it comes to the powder. Now the color correctors retail for $30 US, and like I said, you can find them in 3 different shades. You have a light to medium, a medium to dark, and a dark to deep. The illuminating powder retails for $32 US, and of course you can only find it in the one shade. It is meant to minimize the appearance of pores, blur imperfections, and under eye bags. So before getting started, let's go ahead and swatch these individually. This one is for light to medium complexions. I love the packaging. I love the fact that it comes with a little mirror, and you also have a little magnet so that it completely closes. Really like it. The exterior is beautiful, but it's impossible to not put fingerprints all over it. Anyway, we're going to start off with the shade along the left. It's a bit more pink than the one on the right. As you can see, this one's a little bit more peach, a little bit more pink, so more of a brightening shade over on the left. That's what that looks like. Now let's go over to the shade on the right. And that's what that looks like. Next, we have the medium to dark. So we're going to start off with the lighter shade here, which looks like this. And this is the deeper shade. I personally, for me, would mix these in order to not only brighten the under eye area a little bit, but this would definitely color correct. Now, if I'm not looking to brighten, I would probably only use this and not need much else. And last but not least, we have the dark to deep. So again, starting off with the lighter shade, which looks like this, and the deeper shade. Looks like that. Based on the swatches and how they feel, the formula is very hydrating. It feels very hydrating, but it also feels like it has a little bit of a grip to it. It kind of reminds me of the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector formula. Before I move on, let me swatch the medium shades again, the medium to dark shades again, and I'm going to compare this to the Becca corrector. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to compare it to my Beauty Pie corrector. All right, so there you have it. So the center swatches are from the duo, from the medium to dark duo. This one over here is my Beauty Pie corrector, and this here is my Becca corrector, my Smashbox Becca corrector in the shade medium. And the Beauty Pie is in the shade medium deep. So that's how they compare to my other 2 really good correctors. Let's see how they compare as far as how they wear underneath the eyes. So the way that I'm going to be testing these out today is, I'm trying to figure it out. I want to isolate the products underneath the eyes. That way I know whether or not they work for me or they don't work for me. So what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to be using this new corrector from Sigma along with a concealer that I love and a setting powder that I love. And that's how I'm going to be testing this out over here. Over here, in order to test out the illuminating powder, I'm going to be wearing it on top of a corrector that I own and love and a concealer that I own and love. And then that way, this side only has one new product and this side only has one new product, because I find that when I test too many products, too many new products together, obviously it's really hard to isolate. If there's an issue, it's hard to isolate exactly what it was that caused the issue. But that way, you know, we are isolating the new product, and yeah, we can wear them and see what they look like at the end of the day. So let's get started. All right, so we are going to be color correcting with the Sigma color corrector, the new one. Like I said, I'm using the shade medium dark, right? Yes, medium to dark. And I'm just gonna be mixing both of the shades together. So just grabbing a little bit of both and placing it under the eye with my ring finger. That might be a little too bright. Let me do a little bit more of the deeper shade. All All right, so there it is. Definitely helped to brighten and to completely neutralize the under eye area. Now on this side, I'm just going to use my Beauty Pie corrector. Since they are pretty similar in shade, I figured that this would be something good to compare it to. All right, so as you can see, it is not as like emollient as my Beauty Pie corrector. You can just tell based on how much shine is bouncing back. However, it is very comfortable. It blended out really well and it completely neutralized the under eye darkness. Let me just jump off camera really quickly, take care of my foundation, and I'll be right back. All right, foundation is on. So now I'm gonna grab the concealer for today. I'm using my Shape Tape concealer. Honestly, if you were to ask me like, what's your most favorite concealer? I think I would have to say the Shape Tape just because it's been on the top of my list, or like my top 3, top 5. It's been there for such a long time, whereas others kind of like get, you know, replaced or rotated or whatever. I always go back to this one. So I know that it works really well with my Beauty Pie corrector. This one seems hydrating as well. So I don't think there should be a problem, you know, but we'll see. What I love about this corrector, it's not settling into any fine lines right now. Whereas you can see my Beauty Pie corrector, you know, kind of settling into my fine lines over here. Over here, not at all. It looks really good. Honestly, perhaps something that you could wear on its own. Like maybe you wouldn't necessarily need a concealer. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of this, place it right here. And right here. Definitely don't need a lot with the Shape Tape, that is for sure. This is in the shade Medium Honey. I've also been adding a little bit of light Medium Honey, just because sometimes Medium Honey looks a little bit too deep, especially right now because of the winter time, and I'm just a little bit lighter right now. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the light Medium Honey onto that, just to tone it down a little bit. I'm going to be blending it out using my Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques. I really like this one, and I also really love their concealer brush. So I get asked about these brushes quite often. This one you can find in like a duo or a set of 3, something like that. So it's an eye brush that usually comes with other eye brushes, or it comes in a little set. This one, which is their new Expert Concealer Brush, you can just find on its own. So either one of these is good for the under eye area. I like both of these. Whenever this one's sturdy, that's when I'll reach for this one, or just whichever one's closest. So I don't like one more over the other. They're both really good. Now let's start off by blending this side out. Honestly, like that's why you color correct. Look how little we used and look how much coverage we're getting. Once you neutralize the under eye area, I feel like that's the biggest thing you have to do if you're looking for full coverage underneath the eyes, of course. All right, one side done. I would say that's definitely full coverage, wouldn't you? I would say it is. All right, now let's go over to the left side and blend that out. All right, so now that everything is blended out, it is time to set. I'm gonna set this side with my One Size, what is this one called? The Ultimate Setting Powder. This is what I've been setting all of my concealers with, and it works really, really well. So I'm just gonna be taking a little bit of that translucent powder and just setting this, making sure it stays in place. So that's the right side. Let us now take the new powder and set the left side with it. So let's go ahead and take some of this. So just grabbing some of that and setting this side. All right, so there we are. I feel like obviously this is very illuminating underneath the eyes. And so it kind of allows the light to reflect off of it, but usually I try to get rid of that underneath the eyes. So Now this does make the under eye look very nice and hydrated. That is one thing that I will absolutely give this setting powder. So now that both eye areas are done, let me zoom you in so that you can get a close-up look at this one and this one. Remember, the right side only has the new color corrector underneath it, and the left side only has the new illuminating powder on top of it. All right, so here are both under eye areas. I'd say we're starting off the day looking really good. All right, so I'm gonna jump off camera, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Makeup is done, ready to continue with the day. So far, I'm loving both under eye areas. This one is definitely just more concealed, whereas this one is not only concealed, it's also a bit brighter, just a little bit brighter. So yeah, so far so good. Also, have you guys tried these new lipsticks from Makeup by Mario? This is, what is it? The Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. I'm wearing the shade Nude Suede, and so comfortable. They're matte, but so comfortable. They're not like transfer proof, like you can still transfer some of the lipstick, but very comfortable. I love it. Anyway, it is currently 12:25. I do plan on wearing this all day long, of course, and you guys know the drill. I'll be back halfway through the day to show you some close-ups under the eyes, see what these products are doing under natural lighting. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Anyway, I'll see you back in a few hours for my midday check-in. All right, I am back for a quick midday check-in. It is currently 3:54. This is what the under eye area currently looks like, and I see no difference really from one side to the other. They both still look really good, very concealed. Remember, this is the side that we set with the illuminating powder, and this is the side that we used the Sigma corrector on. So both sides still look really good. Still very concealed, high in coverage. Nothing has moved around or worn off. Everything is still wearing really well. So I'm excited, but let's wait until the end of the day for my thoughts on this. So I will continue to wear it for about another 4 hours to give it a full day. I'll see you back here at around 7:30, 8 o'clock for my final check-in and my final thoughts on these new products from Sigma Beauty. I'll see you soon. All right, I am back for my final check-in of the day. It is currently, I was gonna read that backwards. It is 8:11. Boy, am I tired. So we've had these products on all day long. Now let me zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a good look underneath the eyes after a full day of wear. All right, so this is the under eye area. Remember, this is the side with the new color corrector, and this is the side with a new setting powder. As you can see, everything still looks really good to me. Although I do feel like this side with the new corrector, it's getting a little bit more coverage, right? Like now this one doesn't look as concealed as this one. I mean, they still look great, but I feel like this one looks better as far as coverage, right? So, did we just find ourselves a new favorite color corrector? I don't know. I really like it. I really like the way that it wore. It looks great underneath this over here. And I've worn it all day, and I wore it with probably my most matte concealer. It stayed in place. It doesn't look excessively dry. It just really neutralized very well underneath the eyes. And it gave me that like highlighted look, you know, like the under eye brightness, but obviously without the gray cast, which is a great thing. I would say definitely, if you're looking at a new corrector, definitely check these out because they're really good. I would say the powder you can skip out on unless you're looking for a setting powder that's going to give you like a really nice dewy complexion. But personally for me, the under eye area, no, I'm going to continue to use it all over the face, but I will skip the under eye area with this particular powder. However, the color correctors, they're really good. They're really good. I'm excited to try this one out with all of my other concealers because it neutralizes so well that we won't need a whole lot of concealer after that, you know? So it keeps everything, keeps all the layers underneath the eyes nice and light, which is what I like to do because once you start getting a little too heavy with the products or heavy-handed, it'll show. It'll show, especially underneath the eyes. It's not very forgiving. So yeah, less is more. And with this color corrector, you will absolutely be using less concealer. I really like it. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.